That ugly white smear on your dark bumper. The one that appeared out of nowhere in a parking lot. The one that looks like someone dragged a crayon across your car and walked away without a second thought. Watch this. A cheap aerosol can. A single spray onto a microfiber cloth. One wipe across that disgusting white gouge. And it is gone. Completely gone. Like it was never there. The factory paint underneath, flawless. Not buffed, not sanded, not repainted. Gone. That spray cost $1. The body shop wanted $300. Welcome to the buried blueprint. I am going to show you exactly what happened, exactly why it works, and exactly how to do it yourself in under 5 minutes. If you care about the truth that corporations bury to protect their profits, hit subscribe right now and ring the bell, because everything on this channel is what they do not want you to find. Let me set the scene. You walk back to your car after a grocery run. You see it immediately, that horrible white or yellowish scrape across your rear bumper. Maybe it was a shopping cart. Maybe someone clipped you pulling out. Either way, it looks catastrophic, it looks expensive, and if you walk into any auto body shop with that damage, they are going to do what they always do. They are going to crouch down, squint at it, exhale slowly through their nose, and then look at you with that practiced expression of professional concern. And they are going to say, yeah, that's pretty deep. We're going to have to sand this down, machine polish it, maybe spot repaint it. And the estimate they hand you is going to have a 3 in front of it, sometimes a 4, sometimes a 5. And here's the part the body shops hide from you. They know, the moment they crouch down, that what you are showing them is not a scratch, not even close. What you have on your bumper is paint transfer. That white or yellowish material is not your car's paint that has been gouged away. It is the other car's paint, or the shopping cart's coating, sitting on top of your car's surface. The paint that was damaged belongs to the object that hit you. Your clear coat, your actual paint, is almost certainly completely intact underneath. But watch closely what happens next, because this is where the betrayal becomes criminal. A legitimate diagnosis of surface paint transfer takes about 30 seconds. You can identify it by running your fingernail lightly across it. If you can feel a slight raised texture, or if the white material smears slightly when you rub it with your thumb, it is transfer sitting on top of your surface, not a scratch cut into it. Body shop technicians learn this in week 1. They know exactly what paint transfer looks like, and there is no profit in telling you the truth. There is no labor hours to bill, no machine polishing to charge for, no sanding, no booth time, no materials markup. The real fix takes 5 minutes and costs $1, so they say nothing. They write the estimate, they hand you the damage report, and they wait for you to hand over your credit card. Before I give you the exact chemical and the exact method, I need to tell you something important. This parking lot scuff hack is just one of dozens of corporate buried solutions I have documented. Right now, in the link in the description, there is access to the complete buried blueprint vault. Inside that vault are classified guides covering home survival, structural repair, rust elimination, mold prevention, energy reduction, and mechanical fixes that the relevant industries have spent decades making sure you never learn. Every single guide is built the same way this video is built. Real chemistry, real history, real results. Go check the description after this video. The vault link is there. But stay right here, because exactly how you apply this changes everything. Get the method wrong and you create a new problem. Get it right, and that scuff does not exist anymore in 4 minutes. Now, the chemical, you already own it, or you can buy it at any gas station, grocery store, or hardware store for under $2. It is penetrating oil spray. The most recognizable brand name is WD-40, but any equivalent penetrating oil aerosol will perform identically. This is not a specialty detailing product. This is not a compound. This is not a clay bar system, or a polishing paste, or a paint correction kit. This is a general-purpose penetrating lubricant spray that has been sitting on hardware store shelves since 1953. It has never been marketed for this purpose. There are no instructions on the can for removing paint transfer. The detailing industry does not want you to cross that bridge. Here is the science, and pay attention, because this is the part that makes the entire thing make sense. Your car's factory paint and clear coat is not painted on the way you would paint a wall in your house. It is applied in layers inside a high-temperature industrial oven and baked, sometimes at temperatures exceeding 300 degrees Fahrenheit, for extended curing cycles. This process creates an extraordinarily hard, chemically bonded surface. The clear coat on a factory-finished vehicle is designed to resist UV radiation, acid rain, road chemicals, and physical abrasion. It is tough, it is dense, it is chemically resistant. The paint on someone else's car bumper, or on the metal frame of a shopping cart, is nowhere near as durable. When that softer material makes contact with your surface at low speed, It does not cut through your clear coat. It deposits itself onto the surface like a wax crayon dragging across a ceramic tile. The foreign material adheres to your surface through static and light mechanical bonding, but your underlying clear coat is untouched. Now, penetrating oil spray is formulated with mild petroleum distillates and light solvents. These compounds are chemically aggressive enough to dissolve soft, uncured, or less hardened paint materials on contact. They will break down that transferred foreign paint molecule by molecule. But because your factory clear coat has been through a high-temperature industrial bake cycle, it is far too chemically hardened for these mild solvents to penetrate or damage. The solvent strength needed to touch your clear coat is orders of magnitude higher than what is in a can of WD-40. You are using a chemical that is precisely strong enough to melt the intruder and precisely weak enough to leave your factory finish completely untouched. The collision industry calls this a scratch and quotes you $300 because the real fix costs $1 and they cannot let you know that. Here is the exact method. Follow every step. Step 1. Before you do anything, wash the scuffed area with basic car soap and water. Use a clean microfiber cloth or a soft sponge. You need to remove any loose dirt, road grime, or debris sitting around the scuff before you apply anything. Applying the spray on top of abrasive particles can create real scratches. Wash it, rinse it, let it air dry for 2 minutes, or dry it gently with a clean cloth. Step 2. Get your penetrating oil spray. WD-40 is the benchmark. Any hardware store brand penetrating oil in an aerosol can is equivalent. Do not use a heavy grease, a chain lubricant, or a thick corrosion spray. It must be a light penetrating oil aerosol. The consistency matters because you need it to flow into and under the transferred paint layer, not just sit on top of it. Step 3. Do not spray it directly onto the car. Spray it generously onto a clean microfiber cloth. You want the cloth saturated but not dripping. A microfiber cloth is critical here. Do not use paper towels. Do not use a rough shop rag. The microfiber weave allows you to apply even, controlled pressure without adding abrasion to the equation. The chemical is doing the work. Your cloth is just the delivery mechanism. Step 4. This is the step most people skip, and it is the most important one. Press the saturated cloth against the paint transfer and hold it there. Do not scrub, do not wipe yet. Just press it flat and let it sit for 30 to 60 seconds. You are giving the solvents time to penetrate and chemically destabilize the foreign paint layer. If you wipe immediately, you are relying on mechanical friction, and you might not remove everything cleanly. If you wait 60 seconds, the chemistry does the heavy lifting. Step 5. After the soak time, apply firm, consistent pressure and wipe the area in a straight line. Watch what happens. The transferred paint will lift off and transfer onto your cloth. If the scuff was significant, you may see a clear orange or gray or white smear appear on the cloth. That is the foreign paint. That is what the body shop was going to charge you $300 to remove. Keep wiping with clean sections of your cloth until the surface is clear. If the transfer was heavy, you can repeat the application once more. Step 6. This step is mandatory, non-negotiable. Wash the treated area immediately with car soap and water and rinse it thoroughly. Penetrating oil leaves an oily residue on the surface, and if you leave it there, it will attract dirt and can degrade your surface wax or sealant over time. Wash it off. Rinse until the surface feels clean to the touch. Dry it with a fresh microfiber cloth. What you will see when it is dry is your original factory paint, perfect, underneath where that scuff was sitting. That is the entire process. No machine polisher, no sanding disc, no paint gun, no 2-week wait for a body shop appointment, no rental car, no insurance claim, 5 minutes, 1 cloth. 1 can of spray you can buy at a gas station for under $2. Let that land for a second. The body shop estimate for the same result, $300, sometimes $400. If they decided to involve a paint booth and spot repaint the panel, you are looking at $500 or more, plus the time your car is out of service. And every single dollar of that estimate was built on a misdiagnosis they made in the first 30 seconds. They looked at surface paint transfer and called it structural damage. They called it something that required machinery and labor and materials. They handed you a fabricated bill with confidence, and they were counting on you not knowing the difference. Now you know the difference. The auto body and collision industry generates tens of billions of dollars in annual revenue in the United States. A non-trivial portion of that revenue comes from exactly this situation. Minor cosmetic incidents that look catastrophic but are, in reality, surface-level transfer that a $1 chemical dissolves on contact. They built an entire labor and diagnostic structure around keeping you uninformed and dependent. The moment enough people know what paint transfer actually is and how to address it, that revenue stream starts to leak. Share this video, not as a foreword, not as a vague recommendation. Send it directly to the people in your life who have a parking lot scuff on their car right now. Send it to the person who got a body shop estimate last month and paid it. Send it to anyone who has ever looked at a white scrape on their bumper and felt that sinking, expensive feeling in their stomach. This is the information they needed, and it was buried deliberately. Subscribe to the Buried Blueprint and ring the notification bell. Every blueprint on this channel is built the same way. Real information, real science, buried deliberately by industries that profit from your ignorance. The knowledge exists. It has always existed. The only question is whether you are the person who finds it, or the person who keeps paying $300 to have someone wipe a bumper with a spray that costs $1. The next blueprint opens soon, and what's inside is even heavier.